Hello everyone. So yeah, basically I'm just gonna do a video of the trade that I've taken over the last 2 weeks. It's kind of the first trade I've taken in a few months as well. So yeah, I'm just gonna walk you through US dollar CHF trades or US dollar Swiss. I've been commentating over it on my Twitter feed, which is kind of where I've been doing everything mainly now. Is over on Twitter. It's not been Instagram. I have been reposting my tweets onto Instagram now. But yeah, no, it's I've had like a few months off to be fair from the charts due to like mortgage issues and things like that. I'm trying to obviously get a mortgage, for a house, but obviously being a trader and things like it, it's hard. You can't get one unless you kind of got the cash flow straight away, which I haven't. So for myself, obviously, I've had to go back to doing my day job, which is an electrician. So obviously, I've gone back doing that. So it's not the end of the world. Like I say, I'm still, trying to get into it. In the meantime, I've moved as well to a bigger house, just obviously for reasons and things like that. So, but yeah, no, so the trading front's been quiet for a few months basically. I'm gonna talk FTMO as well during the video. I'm looking now to do an 100k FTMO. Obviously, I've done the 50k at the back end of last year and got the funded account. And now obviously I want a 100k FTMO funding account. So I am going to talk over that. And they've even brought out a 200k account now, which is, it's good. So, yeah, no, it's interesting. It is definitely interesting. But yeah, the first trade in a few months, basically, it's gone well. 105 pips net banked. I have closed it prematurely because I am looking at the chart now live. What is it? It's 8:30, so the markets are due to close in the next half hour. And we are seeing a bit of a strong close on this pair at the back end of the US session, closing for the weekend. So obviously, if I left the trade running, it probably is going to have hit my target area, which will probably happen next week now. But it's not the end of the world. There was a reversal sign, started to see a double bottom. But in a minute, I'm going to share my screen. I'll go through it with you. So yeah, there's just a little brief recap. But like I say, I hope everyone's been well throughout, the last few months. I hope obviously if you've been trading and things like that, obviously it's been good for you. I've also kind of applied a new rule to myself as well now, just doing it, obviously because I am busy a lot more now, obviously working again. So it's very hard for me to, kind of day trade. So I'm now kind of just swing trading by getting in one setup, and once I'm in that one setup, I'll obviously, just be leaving that setup. So it's like this one that's been going for 2 weeks. Yeah, so no, sorry, one full week it was. I started it last week. And then through to, I think it was last Thursday I got in the trade. And then this week it's obviously nearly closed out. So, but yeah, I think it was 2.37% I've taken on the trade. So yeah, I'm gonna share my screen now and we'll go through it. So I think, yeah, we are now on my screen. So basically, I'm just going to kind of break the trade down. I did say I was going to do it last week, which I didn't, due to because I wasn't out to trade. Again, we closed in and around these areas last week when I was, going to do a video, but I thought I'll wait until I am fully out the trade to do the video. So yeah, I'm just going to briefly go over this. So basically, I started by looking at on the daily time frame. Sorry, let me just. So I was looking on the daily time frame at the market structure of USD CHF, and it was in a very bearish momentum. So the price is constantly coming down. So obviously, what I obviously wanted to do was start to look for short opportunities. So obviously, daily give me the indication that we are just in a bearish market. We're now on the lower time frame, so the 4 hour, I started to look for market structure. So I think when I noticed this pair last week, we was coming down. We'd already broken a low here, and then we was coming down from that to, obviously to make a new lower low. So obviously lower low, lower high, lower low, broke the structure. Obviously I wanted to see a retest of the previous lower low. Obviously that's what market structure is about. So again, we got a big push up, and it was a very bullish day actually for going to the daily. That like obviously we was getting nice small daily candles, which was giving me confidence that we might finally get there. And then we did get a very bullish daily candle. So it was quite risky. I'd say it was a bit of a risky trade to take because looking at how you can see the steam on that 4 hour, it was a huge move. But again, it just needed to get into the liquidation zone. It did break above my moving average as well, which is a key thing. I like to be above or below. So if we're below, obviously, if we're looking for a short, I like to be below that. So yeah, as you can see, we did steam, but obviously then once we broke up into these areas, obviously we was respecting the trend line as well. If we just zoom out, it has gone a bit pixelated, the trend line. But yeah, as you can see, it did come up to the trend line. And then we started to doge it. So when we're doging in around there, obviously for you who don't know, a doge is a kind of indecision in the market. So the fact we've had this big, huge bullish move up, and then we're getting indecision with no momentum, that's telling you that the buyers aren't there. So obviously, again, that's where I started to look for the actual, the entry. So again, I looked for a price action entry. I think it was actually on this 4 hour. Let me go back to me 1 hour where I got my entry. Yeah, I think obviously one was, which one was it? I think it was this one here. It's slightly out. So if I was to, I think that was the entry there on that bearish engulfing here, if you can see on the 1 hour. So multiple rejections here off this trend line. And again, like I said, we weren't making any structural highs, so we was failing to start. So this high here wasn't getting broken. So obviously, like I say, I waited for a bit of a price action, so bearish engulfing candle. That's how I entered the market. And then obviously from that point on, we have just continuously been in a downfall. I'm just going to go back into 4 hours. It's too many candles on the 1 hour. So yeah, obviously from entering there, as you can see, the market started to come. So when we got to close back below the moving average, I was, fairly confident that this would go on to make a new leg. So obviously then throughout the rest, I think what day was it when I got in that? 13th of May, which was, sorry, 1 moment. I haven't got it on me. I think it was like last Tuesday or something. The 13th. So Saturday was the 5th. Yeah, it was around midweek anyway. I think it might have been the Thursday that I entered the trade. So then obviously it literally tanked down. I know that was on the Friday, so the 13th. Yeah, so it must have been around the Tuesday. Around the Tuesday is when I entered in the trade, and obviously I just left it running. And on the end of the session last week, obviously we got a big, move down into these lows, and I did think we would probably just steamroll through. I didn't expect this pullback this week. So this week, obviously, so we did break the low. So I was expecting this to get fulfilled. And then obviously what we've done so far this week is we did pull up, back up to around the trend line and the moving average. Again, doji. So like I said, we've got big buyers coming in, but doji's. That's telling you, again, indecision in the market. So the buyers aren't there. So you've got to kind of look for the bears. And then we've got a nice bearish engulfing, and the downfall continued again, which was yesterday and today. And then obviously today, so obviously when we made this support here, this was like an area that I was looking at. It's quite obviously, is a bit of a strong support. I think I said 89,600 on my Twitter. So it was quite a strong support area. It was failing to break. So then obviously, like I say, we did have the move up, and then when we came back down today, obviously it kind of makes a double bottom. So we got a nice bullish pin bar off that. And then that was kind of my time to get out the trade, which I'm going to go through the Twitter page with you now, the Twitter stream. So that'll obviously explain why I got out the trade and things like that. So then obviously once we did, I seen the pin bar off that area and the reject. I think it was on the one, I was checking the 1 hour as well. Yeah, there was multiple extended wicks off the support. So to me, it kind of showed like there was a there was a potential, that's probably the correct word to use, there was a potential that this could double bottom and shoot up. Obviously, like I said to you, I can't be on my phone all day anymore, so I'm quite, I've got to be smart with me trades and things like that. But then as we can see here now on the close tonight, we are coming down. So for me, really, I think this is going to eventually go on to hit our take profit line, which was the Fibonacci extension. So the way it's going now, we kind of are back engulfing the move. That's telling me again, there's not really buyers to take this upside. So I would expect this target to be hit, but we did actually close out at, I think it was 800. So 89,800 I closed out at, because what I did was I put a stop profit on. Like I say, when price was messing about here off this level, I moved my stop loss. Obviously it was already a risk-free trade. But so I moved my stop profit up onto the line there. So I'll just ping array on. So yeah, that was the area that I moved me, and obviously as you can see, it got took out straight away, and then obviously that was it. We came back through. So I'm just going to show you on my Twitter feed now how I obviously was commentating over this this week. So let's have a look here now. So here we go, still locked in DollarSwiss from last week, almost approaching the take profit margin, running at a net of 123 pips, which was this morning, around 25 pips shy of the target, which was 145 pip take profit. Hopefully today it'll be closed out for a nice 3.3% gain. So in the end, it ended up being 2.37%, not 3.3%, which, like I say, probably is going to hit 3.3. Sorry, excuse me. So I'll just show you these little screenshots. Obviously, you can tell it's off my phone. I've been at work. So that was that one. And then a picture of me in the trade. Obviously, I would like to show that I am in the trade, not just obviously pinging shorts and longs on, you know, trading view. I do want to show I am in the trade. And then again, we're seeing price hold. So obviously, as we can make in the double bottom. Obviously, that's where I moved my stop loss into a stop profit there at 89,800. So as you can see there, we are seeing price hold and reject this 0.89600 level on DollarSwiss, which is proving to be a strong support. I've now trailed a stop profit level at 0.89800 to close me out of the trade if the market springboards off this support to complete a double bottom pattern. As we know, a double bottom is a bullish pattern. And obviously now I am now out of this trade, net 105 pips, 2.37% gain. Excellent trade management as price action showing the bears have run out of steam, and we was getting strong reversal indications. Now we move on to the next one. So just a little show of the profits. Obviously smaller compared to what I was trading on, you know, FTMO. Like I said, I'm going to go through that in a moment with you. So USD CHF again, like I said, when I got out, you could start to see it looked like it was a good close. Basically, it was a, you know, very good trade management. But like I said, now we're looking at the charts. It has kind of, you know, it might eventually do go for the 3.3%, but I'm happy with a 2.37%. At the end of the day, that is a solid trade. Again, I kind of enjoying the swinging side of it. Just, you know, setting and leaving it. If you get taken out, you get taken out. But obviously, when you move so far in profit, making it risk-free. And obviously, the way you trade in structure, you kind of moving leg to leg. Do you know what I mean? So constantly lower low, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. Obviously, a lower low, which is obviously with a Fibonacci extension, you know, with the regions. You know, the 27 is kind of the next impulsive, like, sorry, what's the word? I'd say the 27 is the impulsive kind of, don't know what the word is to use the correct terminology. It's like basically the furthest point it should go. But yeah, I can't remember the word, so we're gonna just skip on that. But yeah, no, like I say, it's been a good week so I feel, you know, happy again getting back into it. It's been really good. And as well as you can see, I'm in a new office now, so a new house, so is a bigger room to be fair. My other room was really small. I still need to kind of fully sort this room out, get me certificates and things on the walls. So yeah, so basically I'm going to talk a little bit about FTMO. Let me just stop share. Cool, right, I'm back here now. So I'm going to kind of stop talking about, I'm going to start talking about FTMO. So yeah, with the FTMO, obviously, like, it was kind of working well. But obviously, when I had to start work again, it was kind of something that weren't working well, trading FTMO. I feel like, I don't know whether it's because I don't know what the word is, being a bit naive, like obviously weren't taking it for granted or taking it, I don't know. Yeah, I was kind of just trading silly, do you know what I mean? Trying to day trade. And it caught me out a little bit, to be honest, with the FTMO. So like I say, I started to get myself into a bit of a bad trading plan. So like I say, in the end, I realised, and I just stopped using it. I thought it's better to just stop using it and go back to my plan. So obviously, but again, I ended up having to move house, going through things like mortgages and things like that. So I didn't even have time to trade. So, but I was happy, you know, obviously I started working again. So my time, got a baby as well now. She's like 9 months. So it's really, you know, you're occupied all the time. And I don't think people understand the trading journey. It's very like, it is a bit, you know, it's a difficult journey. It's very stressful as well. I'll tell you that. Like when I realized I was trading full time, it was like really stressful. Um, yeah, it's more pressure. I don't know why, but I just felt like there was a pressure, and I think that's because I kind of was putting too much pressure on myself by feeling like I have to be making $5,000 or $10,000 a month. In reality, really, you should just be, you know, be smart and just kind of, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So, like I said, this year now, I've been saying I did want 300k capital by the end of the year. So I am going to be looking to do an 100k FTMO hopefully over the next couple of months. And to be honest, I think I'm going to like broadcast it live while I do it. So in constantly showing, you know, videos like this of me trading an FTMO challenge. Obviously, not many people can pass them. They are very hard to pass. So there's quite a big fail rate. But at the same time, when you pass it, is, you know, it's a kind of, you feel very like you've accomplished a big achievement. So yeah, this is like, I'm enjoying as well. It's good to be back on here now. It's kind of, I've missed doing this. This is like a passion that I have. I do enjoy it. But yeah, I do still have a goal to be trading full time. Like I say, it's not happened as I thought. I thought obviously it started back in the last year when I was doing it full time. So the start of this year, I thought that, you know, it was gonna just take off. But obviously, a bit of stumbling block is what it is. You can't do anything about things in life like this. So yeah, no, it's been, like I said, I'm feeling, you know, I'm in a good headspace again now as well. I'm getting into a good, you know, a good state of mind. As well, Sam as well, he's back involved now. He's been focusing on the crypto side of things as well, been really heavily involved in these cryptos, and he's done well off it. Something I'm kind of starting to, you know, break down a bit. I think, obviously, if you follow me on the Twitter, I've already called a few of the crypto crashes basically, because you've just got to read the chart. If you read the chart, if you know charts, you know when it's coming. Don't just listen to like what everyone's saying. You actually know when these crashes are going to come. It's obvious. You just look at the chart. The chart's telling you, you know, technical analysis stands on any financial market. Once you know how to read them charts, you're laughing. Do you know what I mean? You obviously, you know, no one knows what's going to happen. You know, someone could pump billions into it straight and it could fly. Someone could take billions out, it could drop instantly with a massive candle. But when the price action is telling you what's actually happening, you know, areas of the market that's, you know, got serious levels, you've got to like read into it. You can't just basically, you know, that's the difference between trading and investing. Again, I've done like a little brief description on my Twitter and Instagram about things like that. Two separate ball games, because I've had people asking me about what, you know, what crypto shall I invest in, and things like that. But for me, obviously, I say I'm not an investor. I'm a trader. It's two different things. Investing, you're putting your money in. You've got to expect the long game. You've got to expect the up and down game. Whereas a trader, obviously, you want to capitalize on buys and sells. So you want to know when to close. I'm just watching USD CHF now. It's gonna hit 3.3%, but so it's good in it when you see it, even though you're out of it 1% early, still good to just see it hit. Like I say, when that's a 100k account, you know, 2.37% for me would be about $2,500 off a trade. You know what I mean? That's kind of, you know, you're seeing your plan work. It don't matter how much capital you got, as long as your trade plan works and you know, your strategy, you're laughing. So yeah, I'm just like, obviously I've gone on a little bit. I don't know how long this video has actually gone on for, but yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here now. So it's been a little breakdown of USD what I'm gonna do as well. I'm gonna be putting, like, if you want to follow me trade more than anything, you probably best follow me on Twitter now, because it's where I'm gonna be posting everything. Yeah, it's gonna be mainly my main platform for, you know, like commentary. But if you want to obviously the YouTube videos, I think I'm gonna upload this to YouTube as well, but Instagram as well. All I'm doing on Instagram at the moment is just posting my tweets onto my story to show, obviously, I posted it on my Instagram. So but yeah, that's it. So like I say, I hope you enjoyed the video. I've kind of enjoyed doing it again for you. I do get good feedback all the time on Instagram, so I do appreciate it as well. But yeah, no, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.